Hello, hello. This is Walking Testimony with another Kingdom Spouse Lyrical. This song is called "What If a Woman" by Joe. So I've been seeing the number 818. So somebody is feeling guilty. Somebody's kingdom spouse is feeling guilty. They're reflecting. They're feeling a lot of guilt. They're feeling bad and ashamed of how they have treated you. And so the lyrics go, what if a woman had a man on the side and she never spent time with you? What if a woman says she's working late and is always the same excuse? So somebody may have cheated, played games with you, played mind games with you. He says, what if a woman took the keys to your whip, said, I'll be right back, don't trip? What if a woman left you home with the kids, changing diapers and stuff? What a twist. So yeah, maybe somebody has taken advantage of you. I don't know if you used to help this person out, let them use your car, and then they went from asking to just taking your keys and, leaving and going out in the streets, being gone all day and night, not answering the phone, or not really having an excuse for when they come back super late at night, or maybe they, went out and just, again, left you with the kids. Maybe you guys have children together and they just left all the responsibilities of, taking care of the children with you, and they just did what they wanted to do and never really contributed towards parenting the children. So it says, could you stand inside her shoes and walk a mile? I don't really think so. So yeah, like I said, this person is reflecting like, dang, if she would have did me like that, I don't think I could take it. It says, could you hold her down when she doesn't smile? So this person may have been like, this person may have been in a home. This person may have seemed like they have been like a roommate to you, more so than, your person or your spouse or the person that you're dating. You may have felt alone even with this person being present. Like you could tell, like mentally this person had checked out, even though their body was physically there. Like they were mentally checked out and their mind was elsewhere, which leaves less room for smiling, if they're not present in a conversation. Like you literally could be talking to this person and they just zone out. And so it says, I don't know, man, who could. He says, I don't know a man who could. Like, who could, be in a relationship like that where it just seems dead. Then he says, what if a woman was just like you? What if a woman was just like me? Try to imagine that. Then he says, could you handle all she does? Then he asks, what if a woman started wearing the pants? Would you feel less of a man and more? So he's wondering, like, what if you became more assertive, or what if you made more money and started acting, brand new on him? Like, he was worthless and act like you didn't need him. Would he be able to take that? He says, what if a woman never want to settle down, always want to run around on the low? Like, what if the woman was the player? Never wanted to commit to anybody, always had something on the side. He says, you can beg, you can plead, you can cry, she won't be your wife. So some of y'all have begged this person, pleaded with this person, cried to this person. You just try to open up in every way and be vulnerable and share your heart with this person. They just been, careless with your heart, careless with your feelings, just careless about you. They've been selfish. This person has been selfish. And it's not a you thing, it's a them thing. And it says she won't be your wife. So it's kind of like he knows, like, what position you want him to be in your life. He knows that you want him to be the husband, or God may have even showed it to this person. And again, take this back to God, but he may have even showed this to this person, like what his position is in your life. But he just was not willing to step up to the plate. It says she won't be your wife with your eyes full of tears. She'll be running the streets with the girls hanging out tonight. It's the same thing you do to her. So yeah, like again, like you've been vulnerable. You've pleaded with this person. You've opened up. You literally you've cried to this person, and it's like in one ear and out the other. And he was still doing what he wanted to do, and it was out in the streets. And he's reflecting on this. You know what I'm saying? He's reflecting on the mind games and the control issues, like the mind games he's played and the control issues that he's had, and how selfish he was. Could you stand inside her shoes and walk a mile? See, I don't really think so. He's like, dang, if she would have done any of this, just one thing that I've done to her, I wouldn't be able to tolerate it. Could you hold her down when she doesn't smile? I don't know a man who could. So even though this person was like checked out mentally, emotionally checked out and all of that, you still was trying to like, hold it together and be strong for the both of you guys and trying to hold it down. Like, but you can't be both parties in a relationship. Both of y'all have to contribute, and this person just wasn't. But you was putting your best foot forward. You did everything you could. And then again, it says, what if a woman was just like you? What if a woman was just like me? I can't imagine that woman. Like, this man's like, man, I can't even imagine if she did me like this, what I would do. He's like beating himself up, like he know he messed up. Literally, he's like, could you handle all she does? If the tables were turned around, would you leave? Would you stay? Would you drown? And some of y'all have had those same emotions, like, should I leave or should I stay? Like, am I going to just drown in my misery dealing with this person, but I don't want to be with nobody else, and this is who God says is for me? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, some of y'all have felt helpless, or like you didn't have any control over the situation, which you don't, because it's in God's hands. And this is why God needs to be in a relationship. This is when, you turn to God and you start praying, you get on your knees and you start praying for that guidance.